Hi guys, this is Vic and welcome to yet another interview, and today I have an expert video marketer, expert developer with me, and we are gonna share something really valuable, something I have not done before, and I have learned so much from this, and you're gonna really love it because as a video marketer we are all creating videos, but there's three biggest mistakes that we need to avoid as a video marketer that is ruining our conversions, that's ruining our profits, and of course that's why we create videos. We want profits. And today I have one of my great new friends, Scott, can you just say hi to our audience?
Hello. Thanks
And
for having.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving your time. And you know what, guys? We were just discussing some of the biggest mistakes that video marketers, you, me, Scott, everyone, around the globe, and those who are watching this interview right now with Scott are making, and how that's ruining the conversions. And then we're gonna give you something which is really helpful, how you can avoid those mistakes and how you can actually move ahead of your competitors in a go. So I have Scott who will share everything. And Scott, before we start, if you could just give a little background how you actually came and got into that research point of those biggest mistakes. So can you just give us a brief journey of as a video marketer and you with videos?
Sure. As a little bit of background, I started off probably started getting most well known because as a Explaindio user, I very much would talk about it, and we've made a bunch of products. We made products on how to make slides for Explaindio, things like that. And as we did that, I found that one of my favorite video techniques and what worked the best was whiteboard videos. We found that those converted more than any other, particularly because of what we call the dopamine effect, which I'll talk about a little later. Now, as I really got into Explaindio, we found that I was making assets for them, video art and video elements and everything, and we found that we couldn't get enough done.
Right.
So we started making software instead. So my first one was Easy Animator Pro, a program that is very compatible with Explaindio. It makes SWF animations in particular that are really fast and easy to work with Explaindio, but that doesn't really leverage the whiteboard market. And so what I really started to, as I was doing, I came out with a product called Whiteboard Reboot Revolution. And it was about talking about leveraging the dopamine effect to its fullest effect. And the dopamine effect, I guess I need to take a side to talk about that. The dopamine effect is when we see a hand drawing something on the screen, it makes us feel like we're doing the drawing. And when that happens, our brain releases dopamine. It makes us feel good. And that's one reason why whiteboard videos are so popular, so why they work so well. It's because they basically make us feel good about whatever we're seeing. So if it's selling something, I'm feeling good about your product. But the problem is that the dopamine effect only works, it wears off over time. If you have a 3 to 5 minute video and you start with a dopamine effect, you're usually telling people about what's wrong, right? The problem, not the solution. So by the time you're telling them about your awesome product, the dopamine effect has worn off. And so what we needed as video marketers was things to fill in that gap, to get people to the point where we use the dopamine effect. And so we started making a variety of products. Easy Animator Pro was a little bit about that. It was about creating fast animations. And the other problem that we have, let's just talk about the first problem we have as video marketers, and that is getting our videos out at all. The most ineffective videos there are the ones that we never release, that we never get out to the market. And that's because video production can take so long. And so one of the reasons why we created Easy Animator Pro and Group Animator was that we wanted to make it faster and easier. Video should be, if I have a 12-second segment, if you think about it, when you do your videos, you write a script, you record your audio, and then you make your video to your script. And when it comes down to it, you're usually looking at your video in terms of each sentence or so.
True.
So if I say a sentence, I'm going to do a video to that sentence almost always. Sometimes a little bit, maybe a sentence and a half, but usually it's about a sentence. And so that's about a 12 to 14 second segment. And most of us, if we're using After Effects or Final Cut Pro, you start to realize you're spending up to 2 hours for a 12-second segment, which is ridiculous. And that's why it takes so long to get a video done. Even if you're using something like PowerPoint, you're usually you're editing some template and try to force it to fit your message. And that usually takes forever. Forget about even finding the template in the first place. So the problem really comes down to having to have video solutions that we can get a 8 to 12 second segment done in minutes instead of hours. Agreed. And that's a big reason why we created Easy Animator Pro and Groove Animator, so that we could get something, you isolate it down to, if you really think about it, most of the time we're trying to either have some text animation or that goes with our video, or we're going to have a graphic that goes with what we're saying, that iconizes what we're saying, or some combination thereof, right? Sometimes a video that goes with it, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you really, a good video producer breaks that apart. We don't only do video. We don't only do stock video. We don't only do text animations. We don't only do graphics. We mix it up, because it's not very interesting if it's only text animations. Right? It gets too boring too fast. So what we need are tools that allow us to embellish our videos quickly and easily. And again, that's why we created Groove Animator and Easy Animator Pro. So that's the longer version of my intro into this than I said, and I've already kind of looked at some of the solutions, the 3 solutions that we've talked about, that I wanted to talk about. And one of them is we need to make our videos fast. We need to not linger on any one segment of our video too long, or else we're not going to get our video out. And so that is why with Easy Animator Pro and Groove Animator, we're about having, you identify what you're trying to talk about. I've got a little thing on the screen right now. I've got a little chart, and I've got a little connection to it, and a little, dollar. And I might be at this point kind of trying to say that, your metrics, translate to dollars, right? I need to be able to make that video quickly and easily. And if I'm doing a whiteboard video, I need to avoid using the hand drawing it. Right. Because one of the other mistakes, the second mistake, probably the biggest mistake in my opinion in terms of whiteboard video, is using the hand drawing when and not at the right point. The right point to use the hand drawing, basically leveraging the dopamine effect, making people feel good, is at the point at which you're trying to drive home that your solution is the right solution, is the best solution. And you want them to take action. You want them to feel good right at that point. So that's when you're not wanting to use our products. You're wanting to use a whiteboard product. You want to use, Explaindio, VideoScribe, whatever. Draw that, draw your solution. Maybe, spend the extra money, get a good quality graphic for your solution, and have that hand drawn. That's when you should use those awesome products. But before then, you need to get them to that point. And we need to not use that hand drawing. So that's the second most, biggest mistake I see video creators creating. And I'll jump right in. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so just to recap, guys, because Scott has actually discovered all this. Just to recap, the first mistake is, Scott, just a brief, because I think they got mixed up at the time of interview. Yeah.
The first mistake is taking too long to make your videos. Yeah. Right?
Guys, this is something very, very crucial and important. You spend a lot of time planning, but the plans actually don't convert because you're just so mugged up and you just are fed up with the plans. You just stop the process of creating videos. So first mistake that you need to avoid is get on fast, guys. Just go have those scripts ready, and as Scott just told us, me, Scott, everyone is doing the same way. But just to recap it, you have an idea, write a script, and then you just put the script on the frames and record your sound, and then put those things on the frame, and you're done. So that is the first thing you got to do right away. Okay. Mistake number 2, Scott just told us. Just to recap.
It's the dopamine effect. Leveraging the dopamine effect at the proper. This is really whiteboard video oriented, but if you're doing whiteboard videos, you need to use the hand drawing portions. That's the key whiteboard effect. You need to use that at the right time, and the right time is when you are making your critical points. You're trying to get people to take action on your product.
Right. And now, just when you say click here, click the button below. Have you tried to click that button? Please do that now. You know, all those things coming up out of the videos, those are the points that you need to have those whiteboard handwritten animations going on. Other than that, please don't use handwritten again and again and again, because you're going to ruin your conversions. Mistake number 2, please avoid those handwrittens all the time. Just use that and call to actions. Right, Scott? And
That's
the
right.
third and the biggest.
The third, I'm not sure if it's the biggest, but I do know this. It kind of goes with what we've been saying. You don't want to spend too much time, with your asset templates. And if you think about this, when you're trying to, you're making your video, and if you have a template that has a bunch of different things on the screen, they don't know where to look. Do I look over here at this cool background? Do I look over here at this, this pretty woman? What do I look at? And so a lot of times the biggest mistake is basically giving the viewer too much to look at. If you really look at the very professional videos, the ones that people spent obviously thousands of dollars on, they're usually just an icon, a graphic. There's white backgrounds or a solid colored background. Right. There's no distractions. You know what to look at always. And so you are, and the great thing about that is if you have focused videos like that, they don't take too long to create. True. Because the more you have to put on a screen and the more you have to put on a scene, the longer it's going to take you to make that video. So we really want to focus in. And what that does is that means that we can focus in on a specific icon or a specific text or some combination thereof. And so what that means is the mistake is we spend too much time looking for fancy templates and things like that, and trying to force fit them to our message, because it almost never does, right? You see these really cool templates, these PowerPoint templates and everything, and they're really neat. Believe me, I'm attracted to them too. But when I get down to actually making my video, I can almost never make them fit my message. And when I do, and I watch my video, there's distracting elements. I'm just, by the time I'm deleting everything out, I'm like, I should have just started from scratch to begin with, And so really, focus your message in on just specific things that support what you're talking about in your script, a good icon, a good text, and things like that. And one of the reasons why we created Groove Animator and Easy Animator Pro was to just be able to make focused graphics, focused animations that support your message and quickly and easily without having to, again, edit crazy templates and things like that. So,
Scott,
so condensing that down, focus instead of, wild templates, right?
Well, I totally agree. I mean, things are simple, people make it complex. I would put it that way. And, all of us who have actually worked, whatever has worked and gone viral, I mean, nothing was fancy enough. I've not seen anything. I created a whiteboard presentation with simple text on it. It got over 6,000 views in less than 4 hours. I just uploaded that on Facebook, and it did that. I hardly spent, I guess, almost like 3 minutes or 4 minutes, just like the time that I took to paste the text. That's it. Nothing at all. And it was like, because of the content that was there inside it, it was so helpful. It was so good that everyone on my fan page, my other group members, they were just wanting to read it, and the overall video went viral. So guys, it's always good to keep things simple. And Scott, I would just request you, you're using that with Groove Animator, the software that we have it opened here. How can we actually do this in a simple way? I see some animations going here. How this can help our audience, and if they take the right action today.
Sure. Now, what we did with Groove Animator was, again, what we sort of started where whiteboard programs leave off. Whiteboard programs pretty much have a hand drawing a single color line, and what we wanted to do was provide we have the dash drawing, we have multicolor drawing, and the idea is that you can have things that go with. They feel natural, like they go with a whiteboard video, because they've got lines and and so forth. But they're also a little different. In this particular simple example, I've done something where I've got a multicolor. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it exactly like this. I would probably make it a little more tight. Like I might take this one and actually make it also multicolor. So let's go up here and do that real quick. I would, I wouldn't have 3 different color situations going on my screen.
Yeah.
So it's, and I would do something like this. And in this particular example, I might be, again, trying to say, hey, look, your metrics might, have a relationship with your profits or something like that. And, I can do a quick and easy illustration. And here's the kind of the thing. I can quickly look for a graphic like this. I can, I do a connector like that with dashed lines, and then have an iconic image. And really, this portrays a couple of things. First of all, it's engaging because, it's the kind of thing we don't see a lot of. There's not a lot of different, a lot of animations that are like this because this effect is not as prevalent as whiteboard videos. But also, I'm going to go ahead and I've made that a little bit. I can adjust this a little bit. So let's get this down here so it's fits a little bit better. But I can come up with something like this very quickly and easily because I just go into the icons and look around. Or if I'm doing something new and I'm looking on the internet, that we can find SVG images are all over the place, right? So this, especially whiteboard-based SVG images. So these are stroke-based images. And I just go in and apply a line animation to them, very similar to how whiteboard video is so quick and easy.
Agreed.
But the idea is that it's icons and text. As I can also do, so let's go ahead and I'm going to remove this and let's do a different example here.
Can we show them the text animation, a little window?
Yeah, exactly
because
what I was just going to do. So yeah, so I might same thing. I might want to do. Let's do something. I like this font down here a little bit better. So let's say I'm going to do, profits. I don't know. I'm going to say I'm going to talk about my profits or something.
Yeah.
Or how you make profits. And so I can do the same thing. I can have a text animation. Let's do a different color so it's a little bit more interesting. Let's do drawing out this time, and I'll make it last a little longer.
Okay.
And let's get a nice colored palette in there. Let's do something different. How about that?
Yes.
See, we have some shortcuts to select multicolors at once. And then I'll just go ahead and apply that animation. And this is drawing in the text and everything.
This is beautiful.
So very, very simple. It's very, if you look at it, there's a whiteboard, they'll draw on a line very similar to that, right? They'll draw in the text. This is just a similar kind of effect without it being the hand drawing. So I'm not squandering my dopamine effect yet, but I still have a nice, very engaging, animation quickly and easily with text. And so these are the sorts of things that we wanted to do with Groove Animator to support, and as you can see, this doesn't have to go with whiteboard videos. This would go very well with any type of video.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is, you've termed it wrong. It's not just a whiteboard animation.
Right, exactly. Well,
so
we didn't.
If I just add an image there with this, so how would it look like if you can just show?
Let's do something here. I've got too many categories here. There we go.
Oh yeah, I see a long list. Wow.
Let's do something like that.
How many images do you have inside?
It comes with over 1,000 in the front end, and then there's an upsell for 2,000 more, and then we're actually adding 1,000 more into the upsell over this first month here. So.
Oh wow, lovely.
And the users are, we have a Facebook group, and the users are able to help us decide what we're going to do. So let's go ahead, and I think with money, we want it to be green.
Yes.
So let's do dollars to make it green. So let's delete that. There we go. That's a little bit better fit. And so, not that we couldn't have done kind of gold for the gold, but
yeah.
And do that as well. And I just did a keyboard shortcut that time, and I'm just kind of closing that so I can see everything. Let's get this out of the way too. And after a little bit of tweaking, I can have my animation that really kind of, quickly and easily. Once again, I'm always saying quickly and easily because that's the key to getting your video done. I like to say it over and over again. The most worthless videos are the ones we never finish.
Yeah,
and get out.
Right. Yes, right. And we can adjust the timeline from where the gold would start and from where the profits would start. We can have those settings here.
I can also do something like this. I can stagger them in, and so it starts it comes in a little later.
Yeah.
Trying to get a hold of it, pause that there, and so yeah, I can have it come in a little later and things like that. So, and there's another some very cool things here that we can do as well. I'll take this and I'll add a little empty thing over here, and you can see that it's not just about the stroke animations. We have a lot more. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a fade out. I'm gonna turn that on, and I'm gonna apply that. Oops, I always hit the wrong keyboard shortcut. I don't want to search on my computer. And so you see here, one of the things that I did zoom out by accident, but that's okay. You see that I can overlap another one and have it going on at the same time.
Okay.
So if you can see here that it was still drawing out, and I had it zoom out at the same time. So, and I can adjust that however I want. So the point is that I can get more elaborate effects by adding additional effects, from the timeline over there. So we really wanted to make it very versatile, so that you're not just stuck. You know how in whiteboard video, like I said, one of the things I really don't like about whiteboard programs is the hand drawing the thing in is pretty much all we get. At most we get to change the color. Right. So with Groove Animator, we wanted to give a lot of variety of possibilities.
So once we are done with one slide, and if I have to add the other slide, how do we do that?
Well, this is you have to look at Groove Animator like a plugin.
Okay.
So it's a little, you create a video, you export it, you add it to your other videos, and so forth. So, it's really not designed to be a full video creator. It's more designed to be a video creator, like I said, in that 12 to 15 second kinds of videos. So you're going to want to composite your videos with other programs. So, and most of my Easy Animator Pro is the same way. They're about creating the quick and easy segments that you then composite with the programs you already have, like Camtasia, ScreenFlow, and so forth.
I agree. That makes sense. So basically, this is designed to create slides like the ones we see, guys. So this is something which will help you out to actually create some great intros, outros, segments. Those are very important to get the eyeballs. And as we already discussed, if you just use the handwritten text all the time or handwritten graphics all the time, it just takes out all the attention. So instead we have these kind of crazy looking cool animated slides there, and then we have those call to action with the handwrittens, and you can just use these slides wherever you want in whatever software that you own. And so you can actually do that. And so this is a complete package, as Scott told us. So what exactly do people get once they take Groove Animator? So
yeah, Groove Animator is an app, PC and Mac based app. It does come with 1,000 images and a bunch of different fonts. Also, we are updating. With Easy Animator Pro, I've done 8 major upgrades without charging the users a penny more. And we plan to do the same with Groove Animator. In fact, you might be seeing the little Skype popping up here, and on my iWatch, my programmer is telling me his progress on doing save and open. We're doing save, open, and redo, and then we actually have. I'm keeping this one close to, but we have a couple of animation effects coming for the launch date that are really, really cool, and I can't wait to show people. But they're the sort of thing that's easier to show you than to tell you. Amazing. So we're updating on a regular basis. I did want to mention that we also have animated GIF export with transparency, so you can use it with things like the internet and PowerPoint.
Oh, wow.
And so it's not just for video, and you can size the stage down to any size that you want, so you can do it for the internet and that kind of thing as well. So.
Oh, amazing. And as I just saw in the members area, so we are giving them complete training. We are giving them a whole lot of training out there. And
yeah, we have text training as well as documents. So you can text search the documents, and you can also do the videos.
Wow. So that's the complete front end, guys. And just for all to know, the upsell would be another package of the bundle out there. And what's going to be the upsell to? It's going to be another bundle.
Yeah, it's called Groove Animator Art Bundle, and it's 2,000 images plus 1,000 more that we're adding. And we have a Facebook group, and we're basically encouraging people to tell us what they want to help us with those extra 1,000 images. So.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and one final question that's very important. When are you launching?
On the 24th of September.
At what time?
I mean, October. I'm sorry, I get my months mixed up. Yeah. 24th of this month. Yeah, our original launch date was the 7th of September, and we basically weren't able to meet it. So we had to move it to the 24th, and so the 24th is, and we are ready. We did a test launch and got a bunch of feedback and fixed everything, and we're ready to go. So
Awesome. At what time are you launching?
11 Eastern time.
Great.
11 a.m.
Guys, just to give you a brief overview, so just if we've had gone a little fast, you can just go back and check the video again. Just take care of those three biggest mistakes that we just told you, and that's all from the experience that we just found. We were discussing it. We thought that this is gonna be really helpful for you. Plus, how Group Animator that's actually getting launched on 24th, and I'll just ping you once it's live at 11 a.m. so that even if in your busy routine you miss out, I won't let you miss this out, because this is launching at a special early bird price, right, Scott, if I'm not wrong?
Yes, that is correct. We are. It will eventually be 47, and we're going to start at 37 and move up through the week. So grab it early so that you get it at 37 instead of the 47.
And if you've landed to this page late after 24, so it's already live, and you can get it from either the link which is on the video right now or under the video. And of course, with Group Animator, I'm also giving you my special bonuses, some exclusive ones with which has the video editor, a free video editor that's from my side, so you can just create slides from here and you can put in there, plus some more exclusive bonuses that you will find under this video on my blog. And of course, the link would be on the page or on the video right now, or in the description box if you're watching it on YouTube. So amazing things are happening, guys, but keep things simple, you make more profits. That's the final message from me. And Scott, thanks a ton. I mean, it was a short notice, but you really made it. I know you're so busy getting this beast ready, but thanks a ton for giving your time, and I'm sure people are gonna love this, and it was really helpful. It really was so helpful. People are gonna read. I'll surely get you again on my show, so I'll not leave you.
All right, thanks a lot. I appreciate the time, and I think one last tip is to have fun doing this, because this should be a fun job.
This is the most important one, guys. Have fun.
That's right.
Great.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.